There is a lot to say about Dispatch, and a lot of people have already talked about this game, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. And I'm sorry if you hear my husband in the background. He's playing games. It is what it is. It shouldn't pick him up too bad. So sadly, I don't really have any of my funny first reactions to anything in this game that I would usually put at the beginning of the video, because when I first played this, I legitimately wasn't thinking and just ended up playing the game and not recording. So, had to go back and record some gameplay. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. Do you even care? Probably not. So, let's just get into talking about this game. Honestly, I'm not really generally a big superhero person. I've grown to like it more thanks to Senor Sylveon, but I will say superhero, not my first genre pick for games or movies or anything. But I had started seeing memes about this game called Dispatch and some clips, and then Senor Sylveon was telling me oh my gosh, you gotta play Dispatch. This game is so funny and everything. And he's like, it's got the Office level of humor, which he kind of knew that would work on me. Not even kind of. He really knew that would work on me because I love The Office. I've seen it way too many times. But he was like, yeah, it's like the level of humor of The Office, and it's a game where it's episodic and you have a lot of choices, which is also a kind of game I really like. Look at The Wolf Among Us, The Walking Dead. Love those games. So I was like, okay, because he had already bought it. I downloaded this game, and yeah, I definitely don't regret it. I was more hooked on this game than I thought I was gonna be. And honestly, it's a really short game too. That's pretty quick to get through, and you're probably gonna end up doing multiple playthroughs because if you're like me and majority of people, you're probably gonna mess up and not get the ending you want, because there are obviously a few different endings given on choices, just that you make in the game in general, and of who you want to romance. There is only season 1 out of the game, so it's complete but not, if that makes sense. And they are working on season 2, or they will start working on season 2, but let's not rush them, okay? We all know what happens if you rush people, so don't do it. But with it being short, like I was saying, the fact that you're probably gonna, even if you do get the ending you want, you're probably still just gonna go back and do a couple playthroughs, at least one other playthrough, just because you want to pick some different choices for certain things. So it's really quick and easy to pick up in that regard. Gameplay, obviously it's a very simple game. The gameplay, it boils down to pick a dialogue option, or in the dispatch sections where you're just doing your basic, hey, you get a call in, you got to choose what heroes to send out. So all in all, gameplay, nothing complicated, pretty basic. There are quick time events and cutscenes, and they're not terrible. It's gonna be one of two kind of button prompts. So I personally think, and I'm not a quick time event hater anyway, I don't really have anything against them, but honestly in this game too, I don't think they're that bad. Now you can turn it off if you want to, because for instance, if you've already played the game and you're just kind of trying to get through it a little quicker, and you want to, or maybe even just be able to appreciate the cutscenes as they're happening, you can always just turn off the quick time events. Because that is one thing that is nice to do, is just turn them off so you can focus on what is happening, because the animation, everything, it looks good. The backgrounds and stuff, it looks like you're just watching an animated TV show or something. It looks good, and they put a lot of detail into stuff, so it is nice to be able to either watch someone else play it or just turn off the quick time events for yourself so you can appreciate everything that's going on. So the characters also, there's not really a character I hate, because I like what they do with everybody. If everyone feels human, and even between both the love interests, like, I don't hate Blonde Blazer. And I do feel like her and Robert Robertson do have, like, good chemistry and everything. Obviously I went with Invisigirl, but like, I feel like he's got good chemistry with them regardless. Even if you're just going, hey, they're just being friends or whatever route, I think they wrote that and it was voice acted really well. There are also so many memorable side characters. I mean, even in just like the dispatches alone, I would recommend after you play it, like, go and look up the dispatches on YouTube or something so you can pay attention, like fully pay attention to what's going on in the audio, because it's funny, and it honestly, like, the way they do the dialogue, the way they're talking and everything, it really does feel natural, like a bunch of coworkers shooting the shit. And like, it just makes it hilarious. Like, there's so much funny stuff going on in the dispatch, which is, like I said, you probably want to look it up on YouTube after you've played the game, because I was able to pick up like bits and pieces here and there, obviously, but you are also trying to focus on the game and what you're doing, so odds are you're probably gonna miss stuff. But all the characters, very memorable, funny in their own rights for one way or another. Like every hero I was introduced to, it's like, I remember their name, I remember their design, I remember stuff about them. So honestly, the creators of this game did a really good job making characters you'll remember. And I say I don't cry a lot, but Senor Sylveon will probably disagree, but to actually get me to cry takes a lot. This game had me almost sobbing at one point. I'm not gonna say what point it was, just in case anyone is watching this still who hasn't played it, but yeah, let's just say this game did very much get me in the feels. I was definitely almost crying, and my dogs will attest to that. With this game too, I really do like the route that they took of, okay, it's superhero, but this is something extremely different than anything you've seen. Like, I don't know any other game where, yeah, you're technically playing as a hero, but in this moment, he's not really being a hero, and you're basically doing a behind-the-scenes desk job while you're directing and helping all these other heroes. Like, I don't really know any other superhero thing that does that. Like, yeah, there's stuff like The Boys that takes a different take on heroes, and Invincible kind of takes a different, view and take on heroes, but Dispatch is probably the most unique take I have seen, and they honestly made it work really well. Like, even though you're not, going running around beating up the people yourself, this game is still so fun. And like I said, I would play it after the kids went to bed, because, it was a game where it's like, I need to be able to pay attention. I don't want to have to keep pausing or miss a choice for dialogue and it auto picks something I didn't want. So I would wait till they go to bed, and I would end up staying up too late to keep playing, and I was like, I need to go to bed. But I kept doing it every night till I beat this game, which it wasn't too many nights. Like I said, it's not a long game. So if you have the time, you can easily beat this, probably 2 playthroughs at minimum in like a day. And honestly, even with this game, even though you're not doing the superheroing yourself, you're just doing the dispatching, I still feel like it keeps you really engaged, and it doesn't make it too complicated either, that like it's a super hard to game to grasp when you're trying to pick the right hero or right hero combinations to send out. And you have all the heroes have different, abilities that will show up at certain points if certain conditions are met, and you can train them to get different abilities. And you have things like, you want to pair up even certain heroes as often as you can for a thing called synergy to get you a good bonus. Like with that, it's like, it's such a simplistic game, but there was clearly so much thought put into the what should technically be bare bones gameplay to make this game fun and interesting and engaging and stand out on its own. Like, I'm gonna be honest, if you have been on the internet but yet have somehow not played this game, go play this game. Like I said, it ends like enough of a close up but still leaves it open for a season 2. We're all patiently waiting. Absolutely go check this game out. It is so worth your time. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. You can leave down in the comments below maybe what your favorite character is. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I upload on Fridays, but I can't promise I will upload these every Friday. I have 4 kids, only one of them is in school. I only have so much time during the day to sit there and play video games to beat them, so you know, you gotta bear with me. And I'm also wanting to get back into streaming on Twitch, and with doing that, I'm probably going to be able to start doing some stuff with that, of maybe uploading some videos from there on this channel, just to maybe keep this channel a little more active and stuff. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, my Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, even I should probably add my TikTok because I'm actually on there. All that's going to be linked in the description down below, because on stuff like that I am able to upload a lot more often and frequently, obviously, because it's shorter form content. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!